EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marchich here with your outlook for November 14th, 2018. I'm going to preface this entire video with a recap of yesterday and how I totally butchered the time. And you guys let me know whether it be in social media comments or in email. We've got plenty of those. So I'll apologize for the timing being off. I was actually recording the video last night at midnight, and it was a very long day. A lot of things going on, very tired, and I will try to do a much better time with it, much better go at it with the timing in this video, so I don't confuse anybody. I understand it's very critical information that I'm trying to relay here, and timing is very important. So we do have a winter storm coming in on Thursday. Today will be colder ahead of this, and this high pressure that is setting up over the Great Lakes will be bringing in a northwesterly flow around it, and we will have temperatures that are going to be in the upper 30s to near 40 degrees, maybe lower 40s down here by Philadelphia, but most areas are 40 or below for highs today. And then overnight tonight, we're going to start off partly cloudy in the evening. We still have this high pressure that's going to move from the Great Lakes to northern New England, right over here. Okay, so we're going to have this. That's going to set the stage for some very cold air tonight. We're going to have temperatures that are going to be in the 20s in the interior. See the 32-degree line here at about midnight is all the way down to Philadelphia. So this is all in the 20s up in this region up here. All right, and you have cold air funneling in from this high pressure. This is all in advance of this big system down here that's going to be making its way northward toward our region on Thursday. So cold air will be in place. So the whole idea, the whole premise of the ground's too warm, it's not going to stick. This is too early in the season for snow to stick. Doesn't work like that. It's going to be plenty cold the night before. Now, I will say that, the ground is only going to be frozen at the top layer. I mean, you go down, 6-8 inches down below the surface, it's going to be obviously above freezing. It's not a January type freeze where you have, a frozen ground a couple feet below the surface. It's nothing like that. But in order for the snow to stick to not only grassy surfaces and trees and power lines and the macadam surfaces, the driveways, parking lots, streets, you just need to have cold air in place ahead of that, and that's what we're going to have. So we're looking at temperatures here in the 20s in the interior overnight on Wednesday night. So this is tonight. High pressure remains firmly entrenched by Thursday morning, and our systems, the precipitation associated with it. The system itself is actually going to be out here. There's an upper level low sitting back here that's going to come through Friday morning. It's going to trail this system, but this is our main player right here, and all this precipitation involved with this is going to be making its way in a beeline north and east, running into that high pressure. Now, this high pressure at the same time is going to continue funneling in cold air from Canada around high pressure down into our region. This is called cold air damming. But at the same time, this is still November. So this system's going to take a track up here along the coastline, up like this, and low pressure has winds around it like this. Okay, so you're going to be battling two different things. You have the warm waters off the ocean here, which are situated right off the coast. The warm waters are going to be creating a fetch inland, so you're going to have a warm air advection situation where the warm air is going to try to come in, and then you're going to have cold air from this high pressure sitting here trying to come in at the surface. Warm air overrides cold air, or it rises. Warm air rises. Everybody knows that. Okay. Well, cold air is going to be stubborn to release at the surface, and that's because of this high pressure that's sitting right here. And the warm air is still going to come in aloft because the water temperatures are very warm off the ocean. Once this area low pressure gets up to this latitude or close to it, okay, you're going to start getting that onshore fetch, and that's going to eventually turn the snow that we're expecting to start on Thursday morning at some point, mid to late morning, maybe early afternoon in some places farther to the north. We're going to get snow initially, but that's going to change over to sleet and freezing rain for a lot of areas as we get through the course of the day and during the afternoon and evening. So here's what we're looking at by the time we get later Friday. Here you see our storm moving up the coast. You can see an obvious fetch off the ocean here. So there's your moisture coming in, but you also have warm air advection coming with that. And here's your cold air source still sitting here over Maine and trying to dump cold air down the spine of the Appalachians, of the northern Appalachian Mountains. So we will have a cold air damming situation, which means we're going to have an extended period of sleet and freezing rain as part of this as well. But I do think this high is going to keep the cold air locked in pretty long, and a lot longer than some people will think. I know that it's November, and this seems far-fetched, but it's really not. It's really not. We've had this happen in October already. If you remember back to 2011, October 29th, 28th, 29th, we had a storm come in here that dumped a tremendous amount of snow over eastern Pennsylvania. And this is several weeks after that point. We're talking about, we're talking here about November 15th, so it's not that far-fetched, all right? Usually we start looking at Thanksgiving, and after that point for legitimate storm threats. This is only exactly a week before Thanksgiving, so it's not that far-fetched of an idea for this to occur. And then taking the global models a little bit further, low pressure will move up the coast, and then we'll have a cold conveyor belt on the backside that could change any rain, sleet, freezing rain that's going to occur overnight on Thursday night into snow before it ends Friday morning. And you get a quick burst of snow, of heavy snow, in fact, as this cold conveyor belt moves through, and then the system pulls away. And guess what? Friday afternoon, clouds give way to sun. And it's all forgotten about at that point. So it will improve. I want to take you through the NAM high-res future simulated radar simulation. I'm going to start this off at 10 o'clock in the morning on Thursday. And you can see all the blue here is depicted by, the snow is depicted by the blue. And I notice the green is rain, but this is not going to be rain up here in this area, folks. This is going to be snow and probably nothing going on here at this time in advance of this. The main show was down here by the Pennsylvania and Maryland border moving northeast, and below that you have this pink here, which is the sleet, freezing rain, the icing that is going to follow this system further to the north. So we go to early afternoon. Here's 1 p.m. You can see a big area of wet snow falling over the interior locations and across northern New Jersey, eastern Pennsylvania, central Pennsylvania, and down here it has changed over already to sleet and freezing rain. From lower Bucks and Montgomery, Philadelphia area, all the way down to Lancaster and points southwest into northern Maryland, and that will all move to the north. Snow will continue late in the afternoon, farther to the north, so we're expecting some higher totals up in these regions. But we will see that warm air advection that I talked about coming in off the ocean, and that's going to change all of this over to sleet and freezing rain. Now, I do think you're going to get let up here in the evening. We're just going to have some lighter stuff. Okay, it's not going to be heavy as we get into the evening hours, I don't think. Just going to have showers falling, but it's going to be falling into this area. Everything north of this line that I'm drawing right here is below 32 degrees. So if you're north of that line, up in these areas, Lehigh Valley, Poconos, points north, northern New Jersey, north central Pennsylvania, guess what? It's raining, but it's freezing on all surfaces because you're still below freezing. And that goes right into late evening, maybe even early parts of the overnight for some areas, especially across northeastern Pennsylvania. I think you stay frozen for this entire event. All right, so you're freezing rain and sleet for that event. And here comes the cold conveyor belt that's going to change everything as this system pulls away. All this sleet, freezing rain that's going on in the overnight hours up until the wee hours in the morning on Friday, guess what that does? It moves east. You change over to heavy snow, and then it ends as a period of heavy snow here, even all the way down to the Lehigh Valley and points south of there also ends as a period of heavy snow as the cold conveyor belt moves through, and then you'll end as that burst of snow, and then that goes away. After that point, we have improving conditions in the afternoon, like I said, on Friday. And actually, this weekend's going to be pretty nice. It's just going to be cold. Expecting partly to mostly sunny skies both days, both Saturday and Sunday, with high pressure in control. Temperatures that are going to be below average continuing through the weekend and early next week. And I think we stay dry both Monday and Tuesday. So once we get past this system here, we have several days to dry out. Okay, so we're going to have cold conditions remaining, but we're not dealing with any rain, sleet, snow, any of that nonsense for at least the foreseeable future through the 7-day forecast. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marchus. That is your outlook for November 14th, 2018. Have a great Wednesday.